The views expressed in the dialogue and commentaries are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not reflect the opinions of Valken Sports, its parent, affiliate, or subsidiary companies. Viewer discretion is advised.
Valken presents the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, sponsored by Enola Gay and Elite Force. The Debrief is the most interactive airsoft podcast online, and it comes to you each week in glorious high-definition resolution. Enjoy many experiences, including our energetic hosts, interactive polls, special guests, live caller hotline, event announcements, and video premieres. And be sure to check out the Valken Alliance, which offers many benefits, including airsoft team sponsorships. The Debrief also broadcasts live from many locations worldwide, from California in the United States and all the way to Germany in Western Europe. It's also easy to get your airsoft event on the show by just sending us a Facebook event link. And if you miss any broadcasts, you can catch the rewind on SoundCloud or YouTube. And please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gay, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another week of the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, episode number
124.
124.
You know what I forgot?
What'd you forget?
I forgot to tell our audience a thing. Because, we have a word. We didn't agree on a word for the day.
Oh, that word was announced at the previous live session that
Was
I
it?
did yesterday. They actually asked me, Brandon Wilbanks asked me, and I...
What is it? Is it a
It's
word?
muskrat.
Is it muskrat? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was going to go with pig, because
No, it's-
our guest likes to say that a lot.
It's muskrat is the word of the night.
Hey,
So-
guys. How you guys doing? To my left, this is the...
Kaiju, Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance, my own proposed
It's called
self-proclaimed
a
title.
self-help organization now. I like that. Let's move to that. It's a self-improvement club. Not a cult. Not a cult at all.
And to my right, your left?
Hey, this is Peltast, Lord Fuzzyface of BB Shire. Remember, guys, social distancing, 10 feet away in the Shire. I know there's not a big population there, but, we're all kind of private people. We don't like to be touched anyway. Let's just extra personal space. That's all we're asking. How you guys doing?
Tag your friends, get them in here. It's going to be a fun show tonight. Let's see, who am I going to tag? I'm going to tag...
Oh, I already tagged Will Soto.
You did?
I tagged him.
Did you?
Because Will Soto needs some love. He's been kind of locked up in the house lately.
I'll tag the Gregs. There's many Gregs.
Gregs?
I know many Gregs.
Yeah, get Greg Alexander in here. He needs some love. He's probably locked up at home.
Ooh, I'm going to tag Greg Brothers.
Ooh, Sam Asadi joined us. Hey, what's up? Hey, Airsoft Junkies. How you guys doing down there? I saw that they were weighing grenades last time I saw them on the interwebs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were showing the weights of grenades, which is a good bit of research, so you know how far you can throw them.
Oh, and as we announced last week, a little bit rewind. So we had Veterans for Airsoft on the show last week. Great organization. Airsoft Junkies. When you go to airsoftjunkies.com, on their front page, you can actually make a donation that goes toward VFA, and Airsoft Junkies will match it.
I think it's called Bangers for Veterans.
Yep.
I'm still on you guys. I want to see that T-shirt.
It's pretty cool.
I want that T-shirt. Make that happen.
VFA is able to use those funds to get more equipment for veterans, getting them out playing and stuff like that. So that's really cool. If you are just joining us for the first time,
and there is a
tradition here. Every
bunch
week.
of you. So if we get to 50, you guys know what that means, right? We're closing in, guys. Just so you know. Sorry to interrupt. I love rewarding our
Patrick
audience.
Daly won Airsoft Innovations grenade last week, and he donated it to VFA.
Didn't he end up getting one anyway, even though he donated it? Did that happen or something like that, or is that no? Did someone else
haven't shipped it yet. Dude.
Oh,
you just
did I just
do that every time? You just let the
I
cat
thought you already shipped it. It was
no. I haven't.
Sorry, I've been locked up in a basement for a week. Hopefully he's watching. If he's not watching, he'll be surprised when it happens. I apparently that's why I can't know anything. Because if you tell me things, I'll just blurt it out because I get so excited. I'm like a child.
We do have a tradition here. The first commenter in the chat once we go live is our overachiever of the hour. You get 50 exposure bucks. Actually goes to Freddie Flux of VFA.
Apparently, the audience is asking if we get to 50, they'll mute my mic. That's the reward they want. No grenades, just I'm muted for the rest of the show.
Angela Scott. She brings the hammer. She brings the hammer.
Does she have hammer comments?
Oh, she does.
Because we haven't given a hammer comment out in a while. Do we have an overachiever that we've announced?
Well, we haven't done the hammer comment because
the comments have been there've been so many hammers that
because normally the hammer comment gets a free T-shirt, but right now we only have essential staff, so the T-shirt maker is not an essential person right now.
I think that's sad because everybody needs T-shirts. Yeah. Cuts were had, it's essential is essential,
Yeah.
Essential.
I saw a cool article today in the New Jersey area where, because we've been supporting medical agencies, hospitals, selling our Tyvek material coveralls to hospitals and stuff like that. The only difference is they're woodland camo. So when we see
they can
articles,
look extra fashionable when
yes.
they're doing their job.
When we see them in articles and news clips and stuff, the woodland camo coveralls stand out. We're like, yeah, we're helping out. So it's really awesome to see.
That must feel good.
Here.
I mean, it's times of crisis like this. Like it's people kind of don't realize that materials are used for many different things, and just because something's not marketed as something, if it has the right materials and it's at the right standards, it's good to be able to find those alternative sources.
Let's give some shout-outs. Oh, Dave Bax, Airsoft obsessed in the house.
Is that like unhealthily obsessed or just,
Airsoft obsessed.
Well, there's levels of obsession. How obsessed with Airsoft is he? Is
not as
unhealthy?
obsessed as he is with his daughter's softball?
I've seen
career.
that. And also, he is quite the skateboarder.
Is.
I'm impressed because he's an older guy like us.
Smokes, we got to 55.
And he is skateboarding away, which is rad.
Since we got to 50 live viewers, Airsoft Innovations is going to give away a grenade. So here's how it works. We're going to draw a name from all the comments. So the more that you comment, the greater the chance you win.
It's like the old Frito-Lay sweepstakes. The more you buy, the more you can win kind of thing. But you don't have to buy anything. You just comment. And then we use the roulette thing and send you free
Brown,
stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I saw when we went live, it was Freddie Flux. It was like, yes. I didn't see you up there. Doug Smith is in the house.
What's up, Doug? We've recently become Facebook friends.
Dude, we got Turk from Rudiment Arms in here.
If you guys have, speaking of which, since we're doing Centurion this week, you might want to get your hit stick from Rudiment because that's the best way to do your to count your wounds. That's what we're calling it. We're counting your wounds. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
David Pollock from the UK is in here.
Hey, UK.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, if you're in the UK, could you guys go knock on Wargaming's door and let them know that they said they'd be open again by like this date, and I want some stuff to work on. So
we have our top fan from Portugal, Francisco Lobo, is watching.
What's up, Francisco of the Wolf? How are you doing?
We got Mike Machado right here in Colorado. We got Austin Howe, Ben Meyer.
All kinds of people.
Brandon Littlefield.
Staff
Eric
Infection
Galloway
joined us from the lovely
Brad McLaughlin.
Oh, wow. Just everybody's here.
Oh, we even got Whisper in the house.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Francisco says we're too close to each other. There's an invisible barrier. You can't see it because it's like directly online.
Yeah, actually, if I reach out this way, you'll see my hand come in eventually from the other side. Oh, my God. How'd that work? The special effects are amazing.
Yep. So we do have a voicemail hotline, cold line, that you can call if you want to.
More of an answering machine than anything else.
If you have a suggestion for a guest or a topic, we are more than happy to dive down that rabbit hole. You can leave us a voicemail at area code 856-975-0650.
Because we're stuck in the house just like you. So if you got ideas, and actually, I think what we're going to start doing at the start of the show while we're continuing with this quarantine nation is we'll have a couple pictures of what we've been working on. Because we got our own projects we've been working on to keep occupied. Because there is no reason that you guys shouldn't be working on projects, doing something to do. Find stuff to do while you're stuck. Don't just sit in front of the TV. Well, for this 2 hours, sit in front of your phone or your laptop. But except for these 2 hours, find something productive to do. Get around your house. Get on all those old projects you've been waiting to do. Those stimulus checks could help, get on some old house projects if you're trying to.
We're buying a new toilet.
Well, is there a story behind that?
No, it's just I want the long E-size. I'm tired of the little round D-sized ones.
I think you got a bunch of kids, so with that stimulus check, you should be able to get like a Japanese toilet, like that washes your butt and talks to you and heats
Like
the
a
seat.
bidet?
Yeah, no, like the robot toilets they have that does everything. It heats the
my
seat. It's
gosh.
fantastic. I want one so bad. They're like $1,000. It's ridiculous
So
expensive.
we want to give a shout out also to our SoundCloud listeners and our YouTube followers.
There is a lot of SoundCloud listeners nowadays, man.
Dude,
Like,
we're
what
almost
is
at
up with
400.
that? Wait, already?
Already.
Last time I checked, it was like 310 or something like that when I
No.
looked in. Apparently, I am not giving enough love to our... Hey, SoundCloud, how's it going? We love you guys. Thank you so much. Give a like and a share. And remember, if you guys are watching us live, if you need to catch up on stuff, SoundCloud is actually the easiest way to do it because you can just run it on your phone. Doesn't use that much data.
Yeah, run it through your Bluetooth,
Easy
earbuds,
peasy.
whatever.
If you're looking for an alternative. Plus, we edited a little bit to take out some of the visual stuff, so it's a little more audio focused. So,
Oh yeah, it's very auditorily, entertaining.
Put it in a
entertaining.
lockbox. Oh, so here's a fun fact I read today in an article. Apparently, judges are having to lecture lawyers now that if they're going to do court meetings over Zoom, they're doing court with Zoom in some states, that you have to get out of bed and put on a shirt. It's like a requirement now. They're having to be told. I think that's amazing that they're very professional, like people with doctorates, and they need to be told to put a shirt on.
I was actually asking, what is SoundCloud? SoundCloud is like iTunes or Spotify. It's just another platform for podcasting.
Spotify
So
is
it's completely audio.
So like last week, we're doing SoundCloud because it's underground and we're trying, we're supporting different
Yes.
platforms. So get on that. Oh, by the way, hey, Hawk joined us.
Yeah, so did
Best proposal in Airsoft, by the way.
Devin Parliament, Eric Galloway.
Oh wow, this
Matt
is Matt Holler. How's it
from
going?
Missouri Airsoft and Missouri Airsoft
Big
Simulation
boy,
site.
Milsim,
Yep,
BBM.
yep.
Oh,
So, all right.
Good day,
So,
good day.
We're going to be talking with Javier Franco from Centurion Combat Simulation tonight, and we may be able to, if our satellite was able to connect down in Central and South America, we might be able to talk to.
I got
Verduga,
some
maybe.
questions for that guy because
You got some questions?
well, I mean, I was contacted by some unsavory fellows this week. Let's just put
Really?
it that way. Yeah, some
Who'd you get contacted by?
a guy in a silly hat who called himself General. Some other guys. I mean, they
General
were.
Guerrero?
I think something like Atticus or something like that.
General Atticus.
Yeah. He had some choice words to say about this guy. I got some insider info on how La Revolucion, let's call it, is actually being prosecuted down in Copan. So, I mean, I've heard a lot of propaganda, let's call it, coming out of that war zone. So I'd like to ask a few things. Let's put
So
it that
the
way.
reason why we're having this episode is for our longtime followers, we had Centurion back on the show in episode 80.
That was like my third show, I think, too. I was brand new doing that one. man.
I
That was a
know.
long time ago.
So that was a long time ago, but we keep talking about Centurion, but Peltast is not gone. He's not gone, and it's driving him crazy because we can't talk about
I
Fight
can't go
Club.
anytime soon because
So this is
they're
his
quarantined.
opportunity to ask whatever he wants about Centurion events. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere. And we're going to be back with Javier from Centurion Combat
Always.
Simulation.
Hey, this is Sal with Third Coast Airsoft at Boom Strike, and you're watching
This is the Valken ASL AEG Tango. They come with a billet-style nylon fiber receiver and ambidextrous features including a selector lever and magazine release on both sides. Up front, it has a 12.5-inch free-floating M-LOK rail, as well as front and rear high-vis flip-up sights. We recommend using a Valken 9.6 volt nickel metal hydride or a 7.4 volt lithium polymer battery, which is sold separately. The velocity is 340 feet per second and comes in two-tone black and desert. Thanks for watching, and please leave a review to tell us what you think.
Ooh. Did we pay that bill?
No, we haven't paid. We forgot to pay the bills.
Do we got to sign the check real quick at the
Yeah,
end
we
there?
got to sign the check. The Valken Debrief, each and every episode, every week, is sponsored by Enola Gay.
Ooh, they make smoke. They make things
Bangers.
that blow up.
Yep.
They make noise and
lifestyle gear.
lifestyle gear. They make backpacks now. They got those gloves that everybody
Gloves,
loves. Will Soto's
bags,
been
t-shirts.
just talking all the time about those gloves.
Yeah.
He can't stop. In fact, I almost have to get one myself just to get him to stop talking about them.
Also, Elite Force and Umarex USA.
I mean, if you want finely crafted German airsoft or designed German airsoft goodness, I mean, I would go
German
with
licensed airsoft guns.
Yeah. They have all the HK goodness, all the VFC goodness, the Avalons, the Sabres.
Amoebas, Ares Amoebas.
All the Glock goodness, including the brand new Glock 18 Charlie, and the Elite Force Gen 2 just came out, I saw, if you saw that too.
Oh, nice.
It's got adjustable hop-up and all that good stuff. People are raving about it already, and they came in play.
Oh,
so,
cool.
got to dig that.
And also, don't forget about the Valken Alliance. So, head on over. Well, I don't know if the website's up because we're migrating to a new one. But I think it's still up. ValkenAlliance.com.
If not, you can just go to the Facebook group.
Click the join button.
We'll approve anybody. It's not exactly an exclusive club, but it is a self-improvement club, so expect to work for what you get when you remember. That's all I'm going to say. And you may say, we receive nothing as a member, and I say yes, and you will get that in abundance, sir.
All right. Without further ado, please welcome Javier Franco from Centurion Combat Simulation. What's up, Javier?
Hey guys, how you doing? Great to be here.
How's it going, man? You're not moving. What's up? Did you
I'm not
freeze?
moving.
Oh, no, we've got a static image for him. So
He's on the
I have
slower
to-
internet where he is. So we gotta
I
make
have
sure.
I have to hide when you have like 3 noisy kids,
Well, is that-
2
is that not-
dogs, and
is
an
that-
angry wife. You have to hide.
Is that like an updated picture? Or are you hiding your identity? Is that what you used to look like, and now we have to guess so that the Federalist forces can't find you?
It's gonna be like that. What's that show? The Ugly Duckling, the Swan. Where you come back. You'll see me after the surgery, I guess.
2 months of quarantine, and you'll emerge from your cocoon and just
Gender
flap off into the
reassignment.
world.
Gender reassignment.
So, Peltast, I mean, you're driving tonight, man.
Am I driving? I mean, that's
you're-
not always a good idea because I normally fall asleep.
No, I mean, you wanted to know about Centurion events, and you got the
Yeah,
man. right here.
you wanted to know the
Well,
you
you
wanted
jumped
to know
right-
the big secrets.
You jumped right into. We were going through small talk. I was going to ramp up to it. That's where I was headed.
Oh no,
What are you gonna?
We're
You're gonna love me
diving-
into
we're
a
diving
sense
in
of
the rabbit hole.
Oh
security?
yeah.
So last time you were on Centurion, we talked a little bit about kind of where it came from and the theory from the outside. I actually want to delve into game design a little bit without going into specifics. And
I
so,
will tell you. I will give you every detail I can give you.
okay.
And that's not some mysterious fucking marketing ploy. That's not some marketing ploy. It's just a simple fact that people enjoy themselves more when they're surprised.
No,
so
no,
why am I
I-
going to ruin your fun?
I'm not trying to, but it's you know what I'm saying, man. Like it's kind of hard to promote something, and I love you guys to death, and I want to like say good things about it, but like I haven't personally been there, and no one will tell me anything other than it's awesome. So basically,
Well,
when I
here-
get questions from people, because supposedly I'm in the know about everything, according to most of the internet world, apparently, mostly my responses are like everybody who goes there won't talk to me about it, but they say it's awesome. So I can't decide if this is like a summer camp where like bad things happened or what. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah. Let's put it this way: you're going to come. There's a chance you're going to get peed on, and we have a T-shirt for it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I had a bad experience in summer camp, so I never went back. I went to summer camp on Long Island Sound, and it was like there was like jellyfish, so we all got the crap stung out of us. The first time we went swimming, it was
So,
awful.
real quick caveat: if any of you in the live chat, I'm monitoring the live chat while Peltast is asking questions. I will relay your question or comment to Javier or to Peltast.
When appropriate. When appropriate.
Yeah.
There's
You gotta
been
keep
some,
commenting.
There's
More
been
chances
some
to win that grenade.
fire chat so far.
All right.
Some salt. Anyway.
Ask away.
So game design, brother. So I'm a new player walking onto the field. What is my initially what I'm going to run into, and how organized do I need to be when I pull into the parking lot?
Well, when you pull into the parking lot, we encourage every player to be as knowledgeable as reasonably possible with the backstory, storyline, characters of the world that has been created in Copan and the FEB, the Centurion Combat Simulations universe. The comic book universe we've created, because your understanding of that information directly goes to the level of enjoyment you'll find.
So
Because
what
the more
are
you know, the more fun you have.
Have you checked out all the intel?
So I'm
and dumps
actually
on the Facebook
I'm
page and
Facebook
stuff?
friends with everybody, and I've been brushing up on my Morse code as of late.
Oh, really?
And I was actually about to get to that question, because the question was, how would you even start acquiring this information? Because I get there's the website stuff. Is there a packet you send out?
Because there is a lot of.
Do you have to do your own
I
investigation?
mean, basically, their Facebook page is almost like a historical, chronological documentation.
It's a lot. It was
It's a lot.
It was like 20 minutes before bed reading. It was a lot.
So Javier, what would you say is? I mean, how do you have to start from the beginning, or just like from the event previous, or what would you suggest for somebody new? How much they need to go into the backstory?
Like the bare minimum, because not everybody's big on doing all their homework. They want to sometimes get it firsthand.
Of course, we can definitely understand that not everybody's going to go back and want to digest the entire history, you know. And I mean, that's the reward that veteran players of Centurion, that's the reward that they're reaping. Having experienced and understood and growing with the storyline, you know, they're just kind of picking it up and carrying on. They don't. Newer players do have to go back and kind of, you know, rediscover things and pick them up. You can, as a new participant, you can start, you know, if you're like, I want to, you know, phone it in a bit, just start back from the last event, you know, because things are summarized and then kind of work, and the stories that come out after that last event are driving towards the next event. Okay. So that there's your immediate, there's your, what is it, the 50-meter target. Now, if you want to head out,
Muskrat.
If you want to hit the 300-meter target,
Did a muskrat run for the target there?
Muskrat.
Is that what happened?
So Mike Nation is actually asking a question. What is the FEB's involvement with the crisis and war in
he
Copan?
jumped right into that.
Oh, dude, he
just
totally,
all over that. Like,
yeah.
I was going to ask him, like, you know, warm-up questions, maybe rub his shoulders a little bit. He dove right in.
Like, Mike
right
wants
in
to
there.
know, what is the FEB's involvement
No dinner, nothing.
with the crisis and war in Copan?
Taking you right up to the room. Oh.
All right. So the Centurion universe has two countries in it. The two main players in the country, and they're both South and Central American players in our world. Copan is the budding democracy, the last hope for democracy in South Central America right now. And south of that, in areas that consist of, you know, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, and some whatever, and Bolivia, those are part of the FEB, the Federation of Bolivian States, which is a confederacy of socialist nations that have come together. So the FEB is its own country, you know. Then there's Copan, and Copan is supported by the U.S. FEB is supported. I mean, it supports itself and its confederacy, and the FEB wants Copan to become the 10th star or the next star in the FEB confederacy
it's
to join
like
them.
The Republic of Georgia wanting to separate from Russia.
I was actually going
to
say that, like, knowing some of the people that work in and around Centurion, you have the. This sounds a lot like. Oh yeah, I am. This sounds a lot like a lot of the scenarios. Like, for instance, you hear Robin Sage. There's similar scenarios were being run out of NTC and Fort Polk back in the day, which is like the classic like foreign internal defense story. Am I getting that right, Javier?
Well, this.
Hold on, Muskrat. Zachary Evans says, "I see an execution coming, guy."
I'm okay with that.
Well, I don't know if he's talking about Mike or...
I don't know. All I'm saying is the Taliban didn't get me, so you can try your best.
Centurion's roots. Centurion was obviously first founded by Bubba Moore, and you know, a partner that would like to remain anonymous, and that was Mr. K. For the guys that have been around for a while, they know who Mr. K is.
Mr. K.
But then, you know, when this...
I was thinking more like Reservoir Dogs, like, you know, Mr. Yellow, Mr. K, Mr. Blue. Like,
you know,
who's Michael Madsen in this?
He's the man that values his privacy. He technically, I think you would consider him our Greg Brothers as far as angry and pissed off guys.
That's a testament to how well known someone's grumpiness is. If you can, in public, use them as a reference point for how grumpy
for
other
anger.
People, yeah, you know what I mean.
For straight rage in his heart. Yeah. He's our Greg Brothers as far as straight rage in his heart. And then Dave was brought on about a little while afterwards, and you know, the concept of Centurion was born out of these guys' experience in Sears School, Dave's experience in Robin Sage, training modules and programs that they put together for their own units. Whether on the Ranger
Well, I mean,
Battalion side,
if you don't,
on the Special Forces side.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, the best.
No,
yeah,
these
like,
guys are just
steal a framework and
Colonel-
put your own story on it. There's nothing wrong with that.
the character of Colonel Verduga himself was not invented for Centurion. The character of Colonel Verduga is a 30-year-old character
Wait,
that
what?
originally
What?
was used
Hold
in
on,
training
stop.
modules.
Wait, what character? Wait, no.
Well, the individual.
I was about to say, like, that's an interesting way to present a human being as a character, my friend. He's got feelings. He has a heart. I mean, at least that's what I've been told. Am I right?
We think you're a crazy character, but that's a completely logical train of a way of explaining it.
So, for a lot of players, also, physicality is always an issue with some events. I mean, how physical do you guys get? In terms of, like, are we talking you need to be able to cover a mile at a time? You need to be able to, hang off a rooftop, or do you just need to be able to stand up for 20 minutes at a time? What are we talking here?
Also, Mrs. Kaiju says you need to project more.
Do I need to project
Yeah,
more? Am
you
I
do.
being quiet? I'm sorry.
So originally when Centurion was formed, the idea, it was in a lot of ways, it wasn't unlike a lot of other companies when the genesis of the idea came. It was find cool AOs and host our own version of events. That's what Bubba was driving and working towards doing. But when the whole debacle happened with the MUTC and that was lost, where his original event was supposed to be, the events became more story-driven, mission-driven, and then the venues that we had to choose from were obviously not marquee, and they were big open areas. So the events went from focused on really cool mount sites and cool places where guys would be moving short distances and more high-paced movement to large expanses.
So you're taking what would have been a disadvantage for some other people, let's say, and you guys had to get, since you didn't have the backdrop to play against, which is, I mean, I'm not saying knocking anybody's game design, but a place like the Guardian Center, NTC, any of those, wonderful setups, it's about being there more than anything else. Where else are you going to get those angles, those, getting shot at from above? So you guys had to get super creative in what you use the space for, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so for us, the AO couldn't sell it, and the AO couldn't be the driver for why you would come to an event. So then we're stuck with, big vast area. So then, it comes the question that you asked, how far am I going to have to hump it or not? Well, realistically, in a combat zone, even nowadays, modern war, and even in a lot of regional areas, you're hopping up in your shitty little pickup truck or your four-door pickup, and you're clown carring that sucker across the AO, and you're going into action. And that's how
I did call going to the field when I was back in the Army, like, tactical parking, because it seems like you'd, like, drive out to somewhere and just park all the vehicles in a circle and, like, take turns running them every hour. And that was field work for the most time when you weren't on mission. You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to sell that experience, So how do you get over that hump?
So now we're like, now what we do is we hopscotch and we pivot from area of the battlefield and area in the AO, from area to area via vehicle, because I mean, that's just realistic. Why am I going to waste my time making you hump, a mile down the road for a 15-minute
the vehicles are they part of your admin staff, or do they belong to the team that gets everybody around? Because that's always the question. Everybody, I used to run with a technical team, and what's the question that always came up in safety briefs? How do I get a ride on the technical? Like you could buy a ticket or something, and my answer was always like, well, get about $5,000, go get a pickup truck, and start putting Plastidip on the side and a turret on top, and then you can ride the technical whenever you want. That's the trade-off, So everybody's just preempt all those questions.
So we have a real, it's a real operation as far as organizing ourselves per event. You're
not locking people in the back of U-Hauls, right? No U-Hauls?
No.
Okay, good.
You actually
use a
saw
U-Haul.
one of their
No.
technicals.
Did I?
Yeah, we'll use a vehicle.
At
We'll use a
Guardian
U-Haul.
Center, you saw one of their technicals.
Oh, the
saw-
Airsoft Junkies Humvee.
No? Modus Sector 7.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't realize that.
The big black one with the big 50 cal on top.
That's a cool one. Yeah. I like
They're
that
part
one.
of Centurion.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's rad.
We have a couple of vehicles and that we have that are all assigned to the staff. That we rent vehicles to use, and they do augment as transportation. But then we have a lot of guys sign up vehicles as participant vehicles, as in-game combat vehicles or transport vehicles. So Ferris might have 2 staff vehicles, which will be mine and Dave's vehicle, which we make sure is a pickup so we can move guys around. But then we'll have 4 to 6, maybe more, depending on the numbers, of tactical combat vehicles or just a transport vehicle to move guys around. And it's we can operate, we can have convoy operations. We can move an entire element of 20 guys into 2 miles away into a hot area
Muskrat
in 5 minutes. And, I mean, it just moves fast like that.
Francisco.
So we keep the we keep the
Hold on, we got a question
with vehicles.
We got a question from the audience, sir.
Which is actually has to do with vehicles. Francisco from Portugal, he asks, how do you take out vehicles or eliminate them in your games?
Zingbows. Tell me it's Zingbows. No.
You have to rocket a vehicle. I mean, the only way you're going to take out a vehicle is by hitting it with a rocket.
When you say rocket,
on the vehicle,
do you mean like a CO2 launcher, or do you mean like a tagging round? What do you mean by rocket?
It can be a CO2 launcher, a tagging round. It can be, a Nerf rocket. You can use all the tagging rounds except the explosive rounds at our events.
Cool.
So you can hit them with the hard shell rounds and all that. And if you bring a vehicle, because we've kind of looked at all the possibilities, because we do have an option for guys to bring actual real armored vehicles. So if you're in a technical with a gun on it, it takes 2 rockets to destroy you. 1 to disable, a second to destroy. If you are in, let's say you bring a gun truck that's an armored car with real armor on it, we give you an additional rocket worth of health or energy to stay alive.
That is very.
So there's
there's
a real benefit.
That appeals very much to the tabletop gamer in me. It's like having an extra saving throw if you armor up. You know what I mean? Like you get a 3-up instead of a 2-up. You know what I mean?
And
you're not safe in the vehicle sitting in the back, and you're not safe as a gunner. Yeah. I mean, in the real world, a gunner is not safe sitting up in the top of his turret.
Name tape deflate, my friend, is how you don't get shot.
So you actually, it's like Beetlejuice. Ma Deuce is in the house now.
Oh, did he just show up out of nowhere? I hope you guys got all that stuff worked out with your intake going on, because I was sorry I couldn't stick around and help you guys back at Guardian Center.
Yep.
But much good thoughts to you guys. I lived in the world of Jeep problems as well, and they are super annoying.
So, Javier, you guys definitely, you are not in the game of 300, 400-man airsoft football events. Why do you keep numbers lower than those larger companies, and how do you quell expectations of an airsoft footballer to come to one of your events that's more immersive and more LARPing?
Oh, you said right out loud LARPing. You're not allowed to say that out loud. We have to dance around that word. You can't say LARPing out loud.
Okay. They've already said it like 10 times in the chat.
Well, it's the reason the numbers are kept low is because when you start pushing over, I mean, we look at 150 and we're like, God, that's daunting. That's a lot of people, because of the level of experience that we work to give every individual. It becomes watered down, and I can't give 300 people the same experience that you can give 150 people with the amount of staff we have. I mean, we have a robust staff of over 20.
Do. But that's the thing, is your staff is by far the largest gaming staff I have ever seen. But
because you got 80 players and 20 staff, that's like 1 to 4.
But nowhere near the numbers as like these 400-person events, which are running around like literally with like 5 or 8 staff members. And that's a testament to you, because you're able to cover more of the game. Because when you only have like this many on my finger, 5 staff members, it's basically you're just taking a group of 400 people. The AO may be huge, but you can only manage that 400 in this spot. And then you got to move all 400 to another spot, and then all 400. But with your staff at Centurion, I mean, you guys can be everywhere, which is really a testament about how robust your staff is compared to everybody else.
And our entire staff, except for our explosives guy, is embedded inside the units and inside of the factions. So guys are like, I've never seen 20 guys there.
Oh, dude.
That are staff. You haven't seen them because
I figured out who
they're
the
within
pyro
your
guy
ranks.
was really quick.
Just stayed away from that dude.
Yeah,
Knew
he's
the
the-
bad
he-
stuff was going to happen when he showed up.
Yeah, our pyro guy is the only guy that's always in a red or orange shirt for the obvious fact that none of us want to be anywhere near him when he's setting something off. Because he's always in blast radius for some reason.
Before you get too far into that, Brandon Wilbanks actually just brought up something really interesting. Since you guys are pretty secretive about what goes on in the game, how do you handle press or media when they come in? Is there a non-disclosure, or is there you get final edit on what they post? How do you control marketing this with the fact that you don't want information getting out? What's that balance like?
Well, I mean, this goes a little bit to the question also that Kaiju was asking about managing expectations and, how do we handle guys that want to do their own thing? Centurion has something for everybody, and we have something even for the media guys. But we have to tell them, we tell them the honest truth, is this: we don't have cool guys come out and just watch and get their photos and, or run in their own private squad. I mean, it's just not that. If you want to come out and you want to cover the event, you have two ways to do it. You can cover the event, as a participant, you be in the ranks and be somebody, be another participant and a fighter, and keep your war journal per se, and snap a photo when you think you can. And anybody that says they're going to snap a photo between fights or during fights quickly realizes with the intensity and suddenness of the kinetics that we offer, it's just not going to work out.
It's Brandon. It's because Brandon, because I know you run around and you do photographs and stuff. This would be a great event for you to go to, because you're not wandering around just willy-nilly taking photographs easily. You actually have to act like it's a threat. You got to act just as much about the BBs flying just as much as a regular player from one side of the faction. So it really makes you think differently, but it also allows you to capture some really cool moments as an in-game correspondent.
There's a reason.
So if you want to, but so then the other side of the coin is that if you're dedicated, if I'm I'm going to be out there with my camera, you want to be out there with your camera, that's fine. You are head to toe in reporter assigned to one of the two side of the factions, and I'm going to tell you this: do you want to carry a weapon? Okay, that's at your discretion because it can get you killed. Two, be careful about which faction you pick, because you could be taken hostage and used as leverage by the other faction.
So you're still, even if you're covering this, you're still playing one way or another. You still have to take everything into consideration.
There is no such thing as hey, I'm just going to stand outside of this and look at it.
So
that doesn't. You can't do that.
Brad McLaughlin says, "I'm coming for you, Javier."
Ooh, throwing it down.
I know.
Gauntlet. So, where was I going to go next with this? So, in terms of faction loyalty, are your players generally, do they pick someone to play for and they just play there forever, or is there hopping that goes on back and forth?
Dude, it's deeper than UFS and cost.
It is 99.9% when you buy your first ticket, you are not switching sides.
So
I can count on one hand the number of guys that have switched.
So be very careful about when you make that initial selection, because you're kind of enlisting for the long haul.
Because you're invested. You may not you may go there and you may not have learned. This is the great thing about Centurion. This is why I tell guys that sweat about the role playing and the LARPing part of it and all that. And going back to your thing about guys that just want to get their gun on and all that. You don't have to. It's not LARPing per se. It's what the role playing and the theatrics of it. It's just how you get your intelligence. Would you rather me hand you an envelope that says the boring crap that you get in other places, or would you rather have to work it out in the story? So
speaking of
you
story,
can go.
Hold on.
So you can go.
I know.
Wait. So you can go, and you can know nothing about the event, but in the 2 days that you're there, and the camaraderie that you're building, and the friendships that you make with the guys that you meet up and find out that are really cool, you develop a bond. So you don't want to leave that.
Because you can actually tell in the chat, Peltast, the Ferris side. They're all Viva Ferris. the U.S. side, they're not commenting. They're just watching and gathering in. They're literally using this to gather intel on
This
Ferris loyalists.
I
right
thought
now.
was kind of fun initially, has become way creepy after that. Thanks for giving me that subtext.
No,
there.
seriously. Seriously.
So storyline, man, like you said that you guys are very able to move to direct the kinetics of what's going on. And for you guys who don't know what he's talking about there when he says kinetics, it means that think of a game as like a river. And what he's saying is that they're able to dam it and redirect it at any time they want. And so how much of that is controlled by player actions and how much of that is controlled by you guys regulating the story? Because I get a little bit of a sense from you guys that this is more of a ride than, it's more of a curated event than a lot of other ones.
Javier, do you trust me to answer that question?
Well, I mean, yeah, you've been there, so I think you could speak to it very well.
So the game is driven by the players. Yes, there is a plan of the evolution of the game, and they're very good about managing that evolution. Okay, if the game goes in a direction that wasn't the original path, they don't, as a staff, they don't try to honcho the players back onto the path. No, they come together, they
Make a new
rewrite, and keep following that path. And
Because
so,
if the players want it, that's what...
exactly.
I mean, that's basic
It's
marketing.
like
Give the
if
people what
they're
they
going
want,
down a direction, and am I right, Javier?
Yeah, I can drop you. I can drop you at a point in the river, and this river is
like
going
that
to
metaphor.
branch off in 5 different ways, right? But eventually it's going to lead to the ocean, and I know what's in the ocean.
Ooh, I like that one. I like the way you put that, man. That's nice.
And so you can choose. You will choose your own path. You will make your own decisions. And the results of the weekend are the final result of the weekend, as far as sequence of events are not 100% understood or known by us. But we are prepared because we know what the ocean, where the ocean lies, and where we want it to end up eventually. So we adjust our fire based off of what you do. There's a plan, and I've always said, and I always say, we have the best positive control of the operation. I mean, that's because we have the staff for it. Mm-hmm. But we're always adjusting. We're always like Kai, you said, redirecting, readjusting, and seeing what the players react and do.
See, Mark Sirens, he's not recording this
At
show
all.
at all.
Not at all.
No.
Mark, you actually don't have to record this. It goes right up to Facebook and YouTube right after this. In fact, that's
And
most of his
SoundCloud.
and SoundCloud. We literally say that at the start and end of every show.
So I think we've given our viewers
as much as they're going to get, because I can do this all night. I mean, this is interesting.
I know, but I'm getting signals.
High signs.
I'm getting signals that
Earbud stuff.
I think we got the kernel.
Is it connected?
I think
Have we
got
moved the
kernel.
satellites
so
into
Javier,
position?
Thank you for very much. Don't go anywhere, Javier. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be right back. Yes,
Hold
Javier.
on. Before you go, I wanted to give a big shout out to Freddie and BFA. I heard him on the show last week, and I give that guy a lot of credit, and I wanted to mention it because he takes a lot of crap for the mistakes and the fuck ups and the literal criminal behavior of a lot of assholes that came well before he ever decided to start that organization. And he's a fucking champ to drive.
Javier's talking.
Javier was breaking up a little bit. What he's doing, he's giving a big shout out to Freddie Flux and Veterans for Airsoft. VFA and Centurion have walked the path together, and Javier is just giving him big thumbs up for enduring through all the crap that he's had to pay for, in the past by other organizations.
So it's veterans giving shout outs to veterans who are helping veterans help other veterans.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I was back there doing the media thing and following the guys and talking about these guys and the wrong they were doing. And Freddie's the only one that's finally doing it right. And so he deserves a lot of credit for sticking through this and wading through the crap that other guys did that have nothing to do with him and nothing to do with his organization.
Could we get some love in the chat? Could we get some thumbs up and hearts for VFA? And some hearts for Javier, because You gotta love the fact that he's given up some of his time to give love to someone else. You gotta love that, dude.
If he wasn't doing it right, and if I didn't believe in what he was doing, and the rest of us in Centurion didn't believe in what he was doing, we wouldn't support him. We wouldn't support his organization, and we'd call him out like we called 100 other people out before him. So the guy deserves the praise for the hard work he's putting in now, and more importantly, he deserves a chance. And a lot of people, need to, reevaluate who they do and don't support as far as that. I mean, give them a chance and support an organization that's helping people.
All right.
That's rad.
Awesome. So, Javier, don't go anywhere. We're going to cut to a quick commercial. I'm going to finalize the connection with Colonel Ramon Verduga.
Which commercial
himself.
is it? Is this the bacon one?
No,
it's
it's
the bacon
not
one.
We don't run the bacon one anymore.
Is it the closest distance between 2 points?
No,
Okay.
those are old. Those are like 2 years
Those are
ago.
my favorite, though.
They're gone now.
They're fun.
So,
I love
we'll
watching
be right
them
back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Papa Rich from Airsoft C3, and you're watching the Valken Debrief. Walking Dead in the debrief. All right, ready? Hey, this is Papa Rich from Airsoft C3, and you are watching. No, you're not watching. You need to watch. You need to check out, like my brain has. Hey, this is Papa Rich from Airsoft C3, and you are watching the Valken Debrief.
These are the Valken Zulu tactical gloves. They have a synthetic leather palm with reinforced areas and silicone prints for extra grip in contact areas. Their Kevlar covered hardshell knuckles also provide increased protection. They are made with a breathable fabric and include 4-way stretch articulating joints on the small, ring, middle, and index fingers. They also come with a Velcro neoprene wrist closure and come either in black, olive, or tan colors. Thank you for watching, and please leave a review to tell us what you think. Welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft Live Show, episode 124. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce him as the commander of the 98th BDE Ferris Forces inside Copan, Colonel Ramon Verduga.
I'm not feeling the love right now from the Ferris headquarters. I don't really feel like we're a priority. Is that what you're feeling?
You really want to go there?
I mean, I can get all entitled about this. Like I can play the whoa. My question is, what did he just put in there? That was a lot.
I think he was kind of occupied there. You can kind of see what's going on there in the background. So yes, we've actually got a solid connection.
That is quite the
Into
banner
Copan.
they have back there as a and he's here himself. Apparently they're practicing social distancing and covering your face in Copan as well.
So let me do this right again. Introducing the commander of the 98th BDE Ferris Forces inside Copan, Colonel Ramon Verduga. Welcome, sir.
How's it going, Colonel? Why don't you give us a quick overview of what Ferris is and what your goals are?
Okay, Ferris están por Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias para la Igualdad Social. That's what Ferris stands for. F-A-R-I-S.
Now, are you an independent organization, or are you linked to anybody outside Copan?
What kind of interview guy are you, man?
It's a basic question. I just had it. You can say yes or no.
This is getting too hard. I'll tell you right now, I have this because Ferris is helping the people right now is sick with the coronavirus.
Well, why don't you tell us what measures you guys are taking to deal with that?
And we're helping the people. So I'm very busy. I come over here. I got to take this off. This is too much. It's very hot.
Sir, Colonel, why are you fighting? Can you tell us that?
Why what?
Why are you fighting?
We are fighting against, this is like 400-year war against the imperialist big dogs, gringos from America. They have been involved in Latin American politics, in Latin America, just constant intervention, and taking the monies, taking the riches from the peoples, and always the suppression.
Colonel, have you always been anti-American?
No, I'm sure you got information there. You know, I'm sure you're talking to the CIA, you're talking NSA, you talk
Whoa! Hold on.
They tell
If
you
we can't,
information about me.
if we can't mention those names on this show, I mean, I thought we had this conversation earlier. We don't know anything about any organizations with
Now you're
letters.
being smart mouth guy.
I'm just saying, I can't. I mean, if we're not going to have that conversation, it's got to go both ways, brother.
Okay, look, it's like this, guy. We're trying to prevent the further intervention from Americans. I have not always been this way. As a matter of fact,
so where did you get your start?
The formation of Copan was 3 independent countries: Honduras, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua. And then they made a loose confederation to make Copan. And in this. When they made this configuration, I was still in Honduran Army at the time. So I was lieutenant in Honduran Army. I've been trained by U.S. Green Berets, Special Forces guys, and trained by the CIA. But things change because that is the method of the Americanos. They say one thing and they do another. What is like a movie from Shakespeare, guy doing the Ete Brutus, is stabbed in the back.
Taming of the Shrew, right? That's the one you're talking about?
What?
Taming of the Shrew, right?
No, Julius Caesar, guy.
Colonel.
So, what is
this is a Medal of Honor recipient we're talking to.
I've heard
Medal of Valor. I'm sorry, Colonel. Medal of Valor.
I keep hearing a lot about. I mean, and I'm an American, so I'm sorry, but I can take a little offense to this. A lot about American pig dogs, and I hear no real reason for why you guys are fighting. So why are you guys?
Well, let's do it.
This is exactly my point, guy. You an education. This is not insult. When I say
educate me, please educate me.
As insult. I'm not insulting. You are simply uneducated. You look at history. You ever hear of the banana wars? You ever hear of the dictatorships like?
I have never heard of bananas fighting.
Or,
I can't.
The Contras. Is there a lot of repression? All this American support suppressing the peoples of Latin America. This is long history, guy.
So, Colonel, can you tell us, do you have any association with the FEB, and are they not paying Ferris bills?
What? Come on, man. You know this.
Well, it seems basic logic, Colonel, that any insurgency can't function without some kind of foreign support.
Exactly.
So where are you getting ammunition and weapons from if not from the FEB?
So we're getting somewhere now. But that support comes from the people. The people comes to support us. They support us with what they can. That is, you cannot have an insurgency without the support of the peoples. Period. End of story. You cannot have it.
I've heard some reports that the support of the people is not exactly given freely.
Who believe in the cause? That is a secreto, but they believe in our cause and they support us.
That seems a little thin, Colonel. That just machine guns and rifles and vehicles just show up from the kindness of villagers' hearts. A little thin.
We buy them, guy. Of course, the villagers don't make the guns. They give us the food, though. They give us the money to buy the guns. They do what they can to support us.
But wouldn't you say that the FEB is still just as culpable as the U.S. in destabilizing Copan?
Oh, you just went right to it there. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Did not pull in any punches. Okay, I like that. Nice, partner. Nice.
Answer me these. Who is the number one arms sales country in the world? Number one.
I mean, like, are we bragging, or is this a quiz?
No, it's a question.
Okay.
He's probably talking about...
Is he talking about China?
No, he's probably talking about Roja and Jefes.
No,
Rohan
I'm
and
talking
Jefes?
about the Americanos. I'm talking about the U.S. government sells the most weapons to the world.
Well, that behind you looks like an Austrian rifle to me. So, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't line up.
Put that down, man.
That looks like that came from Europe to me. I don't know about you.
We have more supports from all over the world, guy. That's all that's true.
So, Colonel, what would you say about the supporting reports of drug cartels working hand in hand with the FEB and Cuban intelligence agencies?
Well, it is no secret. It is widely known. So, yes, we work. Cuban intelligence does support us.
Well,
FEB does support us, but that does not necessarily mean they send us the money.
If you're receiving support from both
through
the
various means, and that's all I'll say about that.
if you're receiving both support from the FEB and Cuban intelligence, why should our audience be sympathetic to your cause? I mean, that's essentially what we're talking about here, right?
Okay. Yes. Okay. You want to know why? Sympathetic for the cause? We have much sympathy from all over the world, not just in Copan, obviously. Because of the oppression and the poorness, the imperialists come, only the rich people are in power, and they leave nothing, not even table scraps for the people. Every step they take, every move they make.
Well, maybe if your people weren't buying so many Starbucks and avocado toast, they could afford to pull themselves up and be rich too. I mean, don't they just need to work harder?
Is this guy crazy? Is this guy, what is he, taking the drugs? See?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
I mean, it sounds to me like you guys are I'm hearing a lot of unfairness here. Like, I mean,
who is the number one consumer of drugs? The Americanos in the world, hands down. How is this our problem if you guys consume all the drugs in the world?
Speaking of Americans,
I mean, that seems like a wild accusation.
Somebody pop in the chat.
Google that information.
So our production staff is pointing out there is an individual watching in the chat, goes by the name of Bubba Moore. Colonel, do you know Bubba Moore, and what are your feelings toward him?
He is fat idiot guy.
That seems a little direct and inappropriate. I mean,
and he is war criminal. He confessed to his war crimes.
Now, hold on. Before we throw wait. Before you throw accusations around about that.
Okay, that's your question.
There has been several credible accusations that your forces have been taking food from the locals and supplies and sequestering.
Bubba Moore.
I'm just saying, you brought up the topic of war crimes, so if you want to point fingers, we can point them right back now.
Let me tell you this, guy. Let me tell you this about this war criminal. Him and his idiots with trigger happy all the time, shooting everything like idiots. They kill a Borders Without Doctor guy. Dr. Don Juan, a sniper guy. He's sniper.
I've heard that's unconfirmed.
This guy, because they kill him, summary execution, accusing him of spy, and shoots him right there. Are you kidding me? That is war crime right there.
That is a very substantial accusation. But I've also heard reporting that there is both Cuban intelligence and FEB intelligence that have been posing as foreign NGOs to gain entry to the country. So how can we prove that this was actually a legitimate?
What is in your Constitution? Innocent till proven guilty, not the other way around, guy.
Well,
this guy.
I'm giving him the same benefit of the doubt you asked for.
Is Fatso Baba Moore a judge guy? No, I don't think so. He is war criminal. He asks questions and he shoots in the guy, unarmed doctor. And one more. And these villagers died because of that hijo de puta. When that killed that doctor, villagers that were under the care of that doctor died. So he has not just the blood of that innocent doctor from the Doctors Without Borders.
I have word from I have word right here.
Borders Without Doctors, yes.
I have word right here from our audience. The power of the internet. You asked me to Google stuff. I Googled it. We have the power of the internet right here. We're crowdsourcing information. And I have a credible accusation that doctor was not with Doctors Without Borders because an actual member of Doctors Without Borders is saying that not claiming ownership of that person. So how do you respond to those accusations?
Oh, I'm sorry. What? That is an independent NGO that has the right to privacy.
They're saying that wasn't a member of their organization.
I believe they need to look closer. That gentleman was
with this new information,
Borders Without Doctors.
So, Colonel, with this new information coming to light, I mean, please answer the question. It's been known that both Cuban intelligence and FEB intelligence have been using NGO cover to enter the country and support you. How do you answer that question?
Why don't you ask the guys that do the trainings for me, the Americanos? Why don't you ask those?
I don't have them on my show. I have you, Colonel.
Guy.
So, Colonel, let's switch gears here. I understand that you have very powerful friends, such as Macho Armas of the Los Jefes Cartel, the president of the FEB, Presidente Torres, and U.S. mogul Dino Luga. Can you expound on any of these relationships?
Okay. Obviously, with who was the first guy? Oh, Macho Armas. Yes, I know him. He was Nobody tells the entire story. Nobody tells. Why is that guy smiling? What is so funny with that guy?
I just got a note from our production staff. It's okay. I'm listening, Colonel. I'm preparing my next question.
I think you think this is jokey time.
It is not joking time. I just really enjoy my job.
Paris has laws and regulations. Journalists are not on the list for the killings and assassinations. I cannot promise you if you're going to continue to make harassment and jokey time with me, Colonel Verduga. My men know I do not tolerate disrespect.
I think that threatening a U.S. citizen is probably not the best idea.
Okay, let's get back to Macho Armas. He was about to talk to us about Macho Armas.
Please continue, Colonel.
Macho Armas, not many people know about him. They immediately, he's drug dealer guy. He does criminals. Nobody knows his story. Nobody. He was much like many peoples in my country. They have to make do with what they got. They struggle. He was orphan. He was raised by Catholic priest in parish, and that priest died, and he had nobody. So he had to, as a young teenager, he had to turn to people would say life of crime. I would say life of Robin Hood. He take it from the rich guy and give it to the poor. Not my problem. You Americanos like to, cocaine, party time, heroin, fentanyl, I'm dead. It's not my problem. It's not his problem. That's your problem, guy.
So, Colonel,
He's just trying to make a living.
What about your acquaintance, Presidente Torres from the FAB?
He's an acquaintance, yes. He's an acquaintance. Obviously, we maintain it is professional. It is strictly professional between he and I.
So you have a relationship with the FEB, is what you're saying? You have a professional relationship.
I'm Italian. What, is this guy? Does he prepare for the interviews or what?
So I'm confused, Colonel. So you talk about the American pig dogs, but you are friends with U.S. mogul Dino Luga. How is that possible?
You seem to be in bed with the very same people that you are accusing of ruining your country.
Alex Jones or something from Information Wars or some shit like this. It's conspiracy.
Even he could get you on this one.
Let me see you. No, you're not wearing tinfoil hat. Okay, so that is look. This guy Dino Luga, everybody knows him because he is a billionaire, and nobody knows how rich he is. He's extremely rich. He is the exact opposite of what we stand for. Give me a break. Are you gonna believe this bullshit?
Wait, so you're telling me he became a billionaire by giving away everything, by giving his stamps to the people?
This epitome of capitalist, imperialist, pig dog. End the story.
So he became a billionaire by not being a capitalist, is what you're saying?
Guys. Then you're like, what's the next question? Do you have connection with UFOs or some shit? Or what's the next question? Guys are talking crazy.
So Peltast,
yes.
You had interactions with General Atticus
I did.
Guerrero. Colonel, who is General Atticus Guerrero? And what's your relationship with him?
Atticus Guerrero. Hijo de puta, man. Hijo de puta. Oh, we go back a ways. There was one time I had respect for that man. In the Honduran armies, I was lieutenant. He was capitan. He was my senior officer. We work. We were a very professional guy in the beginning, but just like everything else, the talents of the imperialists get into him and never let go, and he changed. He is general only in name and a bank account from the American pig dogs paying the checks. So he is puppet, what is known as puppet.
Colonel, do you have anything else for our listeners, our viewers right now? Would you be willing to take any questions from...
Yeah, of course, I will take the questions for the propagation. Yes.
So if you're watching us live right now and you have questions for Colonel Verduga, just put them in the chat, and we will relay the question to him. Yep. Oh, Mark Anderson asks, please ask the Colonel about blow-up dolls.
I don't think that's a real person in the background is what he's trying to say.
What are you talking about?
With the blonde hair and the negligee in the background. That doesn't seem to be... That seems to be not...
I gave her direct orders. Do not move. I want to show if you join Ferris, listen, let me finish, guy. If you join Ferris, we have good morale de warfares and recreation. She was given orders, look pretty, and stand in the background. Don't move.
Okay.
So
I guess that's been
Mike
asked.
Nation asks, can an American defect to Ferris?
I cannot confirm or deny any defectors.
So foreign fighters would not be welcome in your ranks?
Oh, we welcome? Oh, of course. There are many people who believe in the socialist cause, the socialismo. They believe in the cause. So yes, we will take whoever they rank, but only after very, very good scrutinizations, penetrations for the background.
Rod Banger in the chat asks, Colonel Verduga, is it still possible to get a copy of the Verduga workout videos?
I think that could be a popular seller.
Yes. There you go to do the Google, and go to and do the search for workout videos and the TubeView. You know what the TubeView?
You mean YouTube?
Yeah. I'm not telling jokes. This
YouTube.
guy, I think he's smoking too much shit. That's why he's always laughy, jokey time.
Oh, that's hurtful. I don't smoke crap. I smoke the good stuff.
Anthony Villanueva says, ask
Yes,
Colonel.
let me finish the question. Yes, YouTube Verduga workout video, and there is information there to get the workout video. We get, and see, this goes back to where we get our funding. I get funding. I have cooking show. I have the workout videos. Man, you're distracting, guy. What are you cleaning all the time? And the swords over there. You can wait. I'm answering the question, guy.
Speaking of your assistant there, our audience wants to know what's his name and what's his story? The questions about him.
All you need to know is he is Sicario Chingon. I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Sicario.
Did you ever find out who I really am? Your base of number.
That's very ominous. Very ominous.
Oh. As you know, I am wanted in 4 continents. I am a wanted man in 4 continents. So I have enemies everywhere. But I also have many amigos, and he is 100% trusted guy. He is Chingon. That's why he is Sicario Chingon. He watches my back all the time.
So Colonel Brad McLaughlin asks, where are the prisoners?
What prisoners?
Just relaying a message.
Are you holding American patriots as prisoners
Yeah,
in Copan?
We have prisoners. Prepare to copy the grid coordinate. What is that guy, moron? Oh, let me give you the intelligence. I'm telling you, these gringos, they're idiotas, man.
Doug Smith says the Colonel is a great cook. His guacamole is fantastic.
Is guacamole native to Copan, or is that?
When you eat the guacamole, it explodes in your mouth like IED. You get it? It's very good.
So Colonel, you were just recently awarded the Medal of Valor. Can you tell us how that happened?
Basically, the imperialist pig dog, they invaded La Federación de Estados Bolivarianos, otherwise known as the FEB. They do the invasion, illegal invasion, after the FEB was wrongly accused of killing the U.S. Representative Joe Jackson in IED assassination. It is false. We believe, and at the FEB intelligence, from my understanding, they believe it was a CIA inside, because President Trump wanted to pull out the troops from Copan, and he is war hawk. He is well-known war hawk. He come to do investigation, and the CIA did not like that because it takes money out of people's pockets, so their pockets. So I think the CIA they killed him. Anyway, does that answer the question?
It does, Colonel. And thank you very much, Colonel. I know your time is limited. You have to go make the monies. We really appreciate you taking your time with our viewers.
There's more propagation, but no, come on, shoot me a couple more questions. We got to make the.
I mean, if you want to get into this, we can go deeper. I mean, what is your actual bone you're picking with the government there in Copan? I mean, what changes would you guys bring to this country?
I do not hate the people. I do not hate the people in the government. I believe they have their ideas. We have our ideas, and we are clashing over these.
So do you just want their
the solution is a political solution?
Do you want their removal, or do you just want
coronavirus? We are concerned just as much as the government, and perhaps maybe we're working something for ideas for the people in rural countries where not just war torn, but also dealing with the coronavirus.
Well, what is your ultimate goal?
Is that a WMD that he's got behind him? What is that?
Don't pay attention. He's doing weapons maintenance.
So, is your end goal the removal of the government or just free elections? Is that what you guys are asking for, or you're fighting for?
The government, they bow down, and then we work together. Just like, and then once we transition to peaceful government, I hope one day FERES will not be known as Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias por la Igualdad Social. I hope one day it will be Gente Revolucionarias para la Igualdad Social, GRIS. One day I hope we will become a political party and work with the peoples of Copan. But right now, it will not work out.
Another question from the audience. Lucky Branch is asking, going back to an earlier discussion, how many times has Bubba Moore been investigated for war crimes in South America?
At least 2 times. That guy, and he confessed to war crimes. He was captured. There's video evidence of this on internets. We captured him according to Geneva Conventions. No problems. I do there's video footage of me doing first aid on fat guy. And we helped him up and took him to give him the first aid, and he was prisoner. He escaped eventually with the help of inside and foreign terrorists in the FEB. And he escaped, but not without telling and confessing his war crimes.
When you keep saying foreign terrorists, what organizations are you dealing with besides the Copan
government? I'm dealing with the FEB, dealing with foreign terrorists. Not
so
Copan.
You guys don't have any foreigners inside your country dealing with that right now?
What, in Copan?
Yeah.
They're not terrorists. They're not terrorists. They're foreign fighters who believe in our cause.
I just wanted to just let you clear that up. I mean,
Colonel Anthony Patton is asking, how many body doubles do you have?
Wait, is this guy serious? Wait. Oh, let me give you the answer. About I don't know, 500. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, that does raise an interesting question, Colonel, because you don't want to show your face. So how do we know that we're even talking to the same person every time?
Very good point. You don't know. You think I'm a stupid guy? Maybe I have encryptions to protect my location. Maybe I don't have the protection for the encryptions, and you're talking to somebody who is passing my message.
Well, then that brings up another point, that there's certain members of our audience that said that you're just interested in power. The fact that you won't show your face is maybe a sign that, you know, your interest is not necessarily as genuine as one would think. What's your response to that?
I understand. I understand, because you have, you know, 2 things. You have media that lies on both sides. You have statistics, which means there is lies, damn lies, and statistics. Statistics can be manipulated, and so can the informations. But in the end, you have to decide for yourself and be open-minded into the idea that perhaps you are wrong. And many people cannot accept that line of thinking.
So
because they don't want to be wrong.
Are you saying that you're changing, or are you saying that people are wrong in their opinion of you?
They are wrong. Well, they're going to have their opinion of me regardless, depending on where they get the informations. If you get American gringo propaganda, I'm that guy. If you talk to the people in the street, you go to Copan. I invite you. I give you free passes, guy. You come as journalist guy. I 100%. I had journalists before. You could ask.
Are we talking a guarantee?
He was very scared to come over to guerrilla base. I show you around the guerrilla base. I take you to No Puerta Villa. I take you to the different villages, and you talk to the people yourself.
If you can guarantee
because if I am there, gracias, salud, todo.
I mean, if you can guarantee safe passage, I will gladly come see you back up what you're claiming.
And I will show you, but I will even leave and leave you there with the villagers, so they do not feel pressure to answer in my favor.
Would I be able to pick the village I visited instead of you? Or are you going to make sure I go to the village you want?
Well, come on, guy. I mean,
I'm just saying.
American money is there. Who do you think they're going to be sympathetic to? Gringo money or us?
I don't have any money. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy with a microphone.
Well, he did offer to take us around.
No, I'm not.
No, but there's a question in the chat of a Theris hero. He was an assassin, and took out some person that was against, Ferris, and he's a local hero. They're asking, when is his burial ceremony going to be?
Did he not make it through that last fight? Apparently, is that why?
Which guy?
He did not make it out of the toilet.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not a good thing. So he's not with us.
Yes. He is legend. There is legend because there's no confirmation, but they call that guy masturbator, assassinator guy. Because
the people said there's been no funeral for him yet.
He killed Colonel De Leon, who is resistance, terrorist, criminal pig dog, imperialist puppet, who was supported by the CIA and supported by special forces for Americanos. And he got captured after the assassination of the attempt on De Leon. And when they captured him, he went to bathroom and he do the choking himself. But he figured, hey, why not? I go do masturbation one last time, and then it feels good because it's autoerotic kind of thing. I don't know. It's not my thing.
So Colonel,
I'm not. It's not my thing.
Mark Anderson is asking, do you have any tattoos?
Is this guy serious? This is pendejos. Do you think I'm stupid? Come on, give me a break. I'm not gonna tell you I have a tattoo.
They just want to know about you.
Give you identification marks for me. I have tattoo. It has his heart. It's on my nalga. It says heart mom there. And then I have Prince Albert. Okay, so there. I have identification marks for when you try to identify me.
A question from a member of Doctors Without Borders here. They say that you threaten them again, they will not help you when you're shot again. Any response for that?
Oh,
what?
Doctors Without Borders is saying that if you do not leave them alone or be quiet about talking negatively about them, they will not be there to render medical aid when you need it next time.
Negatively about Borders Without Doctors, guys. Those guys, they help the people of Copan. Why would I feel bad about them?
I'm just relaying a message. I'm just telling you what they said.
Watching too much Alex Jones, crazy conspiracy guy. You don't even know what he's talking about.
Well,
he's like, oh, Obama's gonna take the guns. Oh, Obama. Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Anything else from the chat there?
No, they've kind of run out of questions.
Well,
I was
is there any final statement you'd like to give to our audience, Colonel?
I would like to give salute to the brave Ferris soldados that are out in the field. I will be in the field with you soon enough to kick out imperialist gringo pig dogs. And one very important message, Tigres Negros, tenemos reunión al tiempo 6048. And also do, what is Americano say, shout out? To my amigos from Rojo, la calle está vacía. Estoy diciendo la calle está vacía. And this guy, Jose, what's that guy's name? Jose Canseco. El nombre de la casa es Rojo. El nombre de la casa es Rojo. Okay, guys? That's pretty much all I got to say, unless you got something else.
Okay, well, we thank you for your time, Colonel, and we hope that the horrible conflict in Copan resolves itself sooner rather than later for the interest of the people. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming around and being more professional. Can I finish this guy without chicky with the weapons? I'll go, hold on, man. This guy, he's good to help. I'm too hard on him. Anyway, Thank you so much for your time. I wish good success for your propaganda show.
We appreciate it, Colonel.
Thank you,
stay
Colonel.
safe.
Be safe, and I hope that the coronavirus doesn't take too harshly on Copan.
All right. Gracias, amigos. Buenas noches.
All right.
That was wild. That was wild.
That was, wasn't it?
I mean, was that? Are we already hit the end of the show already? I didn't.
Yeah, we're clear.
Oh wow. Well, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I have to say that I forgot that we were doing an interview with someone fictional there for a second, almost. That was cool.
So we just thank you everyone for watching tonight's show. You just got a. It was like going to a Centurion Combat Simulation event without actually going. This is the level of immersion and detail and effort that they put into every single event. And if the U.S. forces were actually watching for the next Centurion event,
there's stuff in there.
They might have picked up on some things. So
I'm blown away. That was the level of craftsmanship that these guys put into what they do is just mind-boggling. From the run-up to even just an interview. I mean, it's amazing. So if you guys have not experienced Centurion, you need to get on it, because it is, I mean, it's got to be mind-blowing once you see it in person. If this is like remote show, I mean, what's a live show like?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
it is. So we have to roll, because we did go over 50 viewers, and I activated.
Did you activate the Super Sorter Warp
the random number generator?
I don't know what we're calling it now.
Yes. So
new name for it.
The winner of an Airsoft Innovations grenade is Rod Banger.
That is a name right there.
Rod Banger just won a banger.
Do we have a banger for a banger?
We do.
And maybe
we do.
Banger for a vet? Oh, see how we slipped that in there?
So, Rod, congratulations for commenting this evening in the live chat.
If you are not a member of the Alliance, please go check it at sign up so we can get your information.
ValkenAlliance.com. Click join.
That's how we do it.
So we have your shipping details, and we'll be shipping out.
And then we have all your information.
Airsoft Innovations.
We know where you live. We know where you sleep. Yeah.
So Doug Smith says, hey, Chris, this happens for the entire weekend, bro. It doesn't stop from start to finish.
That is insane.
And it continues even after you leave.
I'm afraid like there's gonna be a Colonel Verduga in my house when I get home or something like that. Like, just don't mess with my basement. Like, I've got my nerd headquarters set up, and I spent all week doing that. Don't do that to me, okay? Just screw the rest of the house up, but not that room in the basement, okay?
So we're giving a big shout out, give thumbs to our premier sponsors, the Valken Alliance, Enola Gay, and Elite Force. And
all good people.
Thank you all for watching. We love coming back each and every week to entertain and inform. So we hope everyone's being safe out there in this time of transition. I mean, who knows what's going on for those that have lost some jobs. We hope that you are being taken care of. We truly do.
And we hope that this time you spend with us helps out forgetting about, the general chaos that's going on around us. So next week we'll see you at the same bat time and same bat channel. Who we got next week? Do we have guess next week?
I can't tell you.
Oh, is it a secret? Are you doing that to me again? Is this? He always does this to me, like, and he's gonna pop up someone that I'm like, wouldn't think in a million years. So I'll be surprised just like you when I find out. But please join us. And hey, if you're on SoundCloud or YouTube, thanks so much for joining us on those sources. Please give a like and a share. And even if you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, because any kind of reaction is good for traction. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, anything.
All right.
So remember to arrive,
raise hell,
and leave. See you again next time, guys. Bye.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man.
or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.